Good evening. How's everybody doing this evening? It's about 6:30 and I'm gonna wait a few more seconds until a few more people come on. Good evening, everybody. How are you guys doing? What's going on? Hey, Miss Carlise. How you doing? What's going on? Hey, everybody. Give a couple of more seconds and then we are going to actually start, because if you know anything about me, I'm not trying to stay on forever and ever in a day. So we're going to go ahead and get started. How's everybody doing with this virus, the quarantine, everything that's going on? Hope everyone is staying healthy, washing your hands, and making sure that you guys are taking the proper precautions and all of that good stuff, making sure that, again, you're staying healthy and making sure that you are just definitely taking care of yourself, not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, all of that. I know a lot of people that are not used to staying at home or not used to working from home. So this may be something that's new to you all, but just take it a day at a time and make sure that you guys are just taking care of yourselves, okay? All right, so we are going to actually jump into the topic for the evening. We're talking about the art of war. And if you know anything about the art of war, the book itself, it was actually written by someone called Sun Tzu, who is a strategist that he actually wrote this book years and years and years ago, and so many people have used it for business, have used it for just overall their life in general. And so this is something that has been around for a long time. But what I want to do tonight is just really talk about what that looks like in business and what that looks like, relationally, what that looks like just overall, just in life in general. So I was actually inspired by Dr. Matthew Stevenson, who is one of the pastors of All Nations in Chicago. And so when he was teaching on this, I was like, man, this is some good stuff. And I had just read this book earlier this year. So it was really right on time for me to kind of share with my people and all of that. And so, like I said before, earlier, just hoping that you guys are just taking care of yourself, emotionally, physically, mentally, and yes, financially as well. So, for all of you all who are just kind of going through some stuff, definitely calling out peace to you and your household. All right. So if you don't know, I'm Lewana Harris, and I am someone who inspires. I enlighten, encourage, and empower you to live and activate in your fullest potential. And so the art of war is something that is very important, even in this particular moment, even in this time, because anytime you're going through things that you don't have any control over, or things that you do have control over, the objective or the outcome that you're really looking for is victory, or overcoming something, or really mastering something. And so one of the things that, one of the main points is that you shouldn't start anything if you are not saying that I'm going to fight for this until the end, or I'm going to see this thing through, or I want to be victorious in whatever this is. If you don't expect to win in something that you're starting, then how, why are you starting it? Why are you even beginning that thing? So you want to expect to win in every situation, and winning is a definition that you have to come up with. You have to look at, okay, what does that look like? What does winning look like in relationships? Does that mean that we're going to reach a year, reach 10 years? What does that look like? What does that look like in business? When we say I'm going to win, or I'm going to have victory in business, what does that look like? And then you have to have a strategy for that. You have to have an overall strategy of what that looks like to you. definitely not comparing yourself to what somebody else, but getting inspired by somebody else, but not comparing your life or comparing your process of success to someone else's. So anytime that you are comparing yourself to somebody else's success or comparing yourself to somebody else's process, you are taking the lessons or taking away from the lessons that you're learning from your own process. So as we go through these steps, I want you all to, take note, write them down. Of course, I'm recording, so you'll be able to see and watch the replay over and over again if you choose to. Also, if you choose to share, that's fine. I would appreciate that. Okay, so number one, the first step in that is knowing when and where to put your energy, because it says he will win who knows when to fight and when not to fight. So the number one is he will win, he or she will win who knows when to fight and when not to fight. So anytime you are in a relationship, in a business relationship, or trying to overcome something, you have to know, it's a very important imperative to know where your energy is going. You have to basically make sure that you preserve your peace. If you are in a relationship where it's the energy is draining you, or you're having to put so much energy into something that now that you are just drained from that conversation, and now you drained from that relationship, that's not where you need to be putting your energy. Is that at the end of the day going to allow you to be victorious over that? I don't know. You have to determine what that looks like for you. But you have to know when and where to put your energy. Have you ever been around people that, somebody is talking so much that you just feel exhausted after talking with them, because they're kind of like throwing up on you. They're just giving you all this information and you just feel so drained. So that may not be an area where you need to put your energy. So you have to know when and where to put your energy, so in order for you to be victorious. So number two, you have to, he will win who knows how to handle both superior and inferior forces. So again, that's number two. He will win, he or she will win who knows how to handle both superior and inferior forces. So this is just basically saying that you have to treat people with dignity, and you have to treat people with respect, even if they can't do anything for you. From the CEO all the way down to the janitor, if you have to treat people with respect. And if that person's not treating you with respect, then you have to understand, okay, maybe I just need to let this person go. I need to let this person or disconnect from this person, and that's fine. But you have to be consistent in who you are throughout the whole, whether it's a business deal, or you don't want anybody to say anything bad about you. Now, what they say about the other person, that's a whole different story. That's fine. But you have to see and make sure that you are in this space of, even though people can't do anything for me, I want to be able to treat people with dignity. I want people to say that, you know what, Lewana is consistent with the person at the very top, with the as she is with the person at the very bottom. And not saying just a person that's inferior. When we say inferior, not saying they may be entitled, not just saying a person is inferior to you, but it may be entitled. Like I said, the janitor, or that's not an inferior position, but someone who may be considered someone that doesn't have this high position socially or in a corporate arena. You have to just make sure that you're treating people the same way that you're treating people who have titles or who can do great things for you, because again, you never know who people may know. The janitor may know other people. The janitor may know somebody that you don't know. So you want to treat people with dignity and treat people with respect, whatever title they have. Okay, so number three is he will win whose army is animated by the same spirit throughout all its ranks. So let me read that again, okay? So he will win, again, he or she will win whose army is animated by the same spirit throughout all its ranks. So this is just basically saying in a business, so let's say you are running a business and you are hiring people, or you have people that are you're trying to get people on your team, or you're trying to get people to connect to your business. You have to, as the visionary, you have to create the culture of the business. You have to create the culture of the organization. You have to create that culture of whatever it is that you would like for that to look like. So that looks like basically, if you are the person that God gave the vision to, then God gave that vision to you for a reason. That doesn't mean you're going to have people coming in and saying, you know what, I need you to come. I need you as the CEO to connect with my vision. No, you as the owner, you as the business leader, you as the visionary, you are the person that sets the tone and you set the culture. And then the people that come, they will come and build your business, or build your organization, or build your company. This is very important because you want people that are going to support you. You want people that are going to be there for you, not just give to you, give, because you also want to give to them as well. But you want to be able to have people that are going to support the vision and support what it is that you're doing, because that is what creates the culture. If you have people that are saying, yes, I can do this for you, but then they go out and they talk about you, or they comment, or they go out and they're going against whatever your vision is, then that may not be the people that you need on your team. You need people on your team that's going to create that culture, because anytime people are connected to you, if you're sowing seeds into them, wherever they go, they should be a reflection of the culture that you have set for them. They should be a reflection. Now, I'm not saying that totally they should just exemplify everything that you do, because they should also have their own purpose as well. But they should be able to support you and not just take. So you're creating that culture around the organization. You're creating that culture because God gave you the vision. God gave you the wisdom of starting this business, or starting the organization, or starting this group. And so that should be the culture that you create. All right. So number one, he will win who knows when to fight and when not to fight. And number two, he will win who knows how to handle both superior and inferior forces. And then number three, he will win whose army is animated by the same spirit throughout all its ranks. So basically creating that culture. Okay. Number four, this is one of my favorites, actually. He will win who prepared himself, waits to take the enemy unprepared. So this is just basically, he said, he will win who has prepared himself, but waits to take the enemy who's unprepared. So this is saying that you can never be too prepared to do anything. You can never be too prepared to step into your next season. You can never be too prepared to go into whatever it is that God has called you to do. You can never be too prepared. But the thing about it is, if you stay ready, if you stay doing and staying prepared, then you don't have to get ready. How many of us actually can say that if someone came right now and said, hey, you know what, I have about $50,000 or $100,000 for your business, how many of you would actually say, I'm ready and I know exactly what I need to do? How many of you will say, you know what, I'm ready for this. I can step into it right now. And even me personally, if someone said, hey, I have $100,000 for your business, I would say, okay, can you give me about a week? Can you give me, a couple of days? Because totally, am I working towards that? Absolutely. But I also have to get prepared, and I'm in that process as well. So, if you're working towards that process, keep working towards that. I encourage you to keep working. But at the same time, you have to make sure that you are prepared. You can never be over prepared. Additionally, with that, even if for the people that are singles, okay, if you are wanting to be married, whether you want to make, husband, want a wife, are you prepared for that? Are you working towards that? Are you in the position where if he or she came right now, you would be ready? So you have to, again, make preparations for that. Even in this downtime, what are you doing to make sure that you're preparing for that next season, whatever that next season looks like? And then again, you may not even know what it looks like, and that's okay. And you may not know exactly what to do for that next season, or you say, I don't know what's coming. But the thing about it is, you have to prepare for what it is that you do know. What do you know? You know that after all of this quarantine stuff, that we're going to come out on the other side. Okay, we do know that you may have been working towards a goal or something, and you know that eventually you're going to reach that goal. So you have to prepare. And again, you can never be over prepared. Okay, so that's number 4. And then number 5 is he will win who has military capacity and is not interfered with the sovereign or interfered by the sovereign. So this is saying he will win who has military capacity and is not interfered by the sovereign. So when it says sovereign, and back in the days when you think about it, when this book was written, it was talking about the kings or talking about those who are in higher positions. But here it's talking about the things that you really don't have any control over. So there are things that that God has or God does that, of course, we don't have any control over that. But the true leaders, they handle life differently. True people that really trust, they handle life differently. We have to understand that, you know what, change happens. Things are going to happen. That's one thing that is going to be constant is change. And things are going to happen, things that we don't have any control over. But at the end of the day, we have to understand that those things that we don't have any control over, that are beyond our control, it's not how we react or not how we react to it, but how we respond. Are you responding in a way of frustration? Yes, it's okay, but don't stay there. Are you responding in a way that's uncomfortable or a way of anxiety? And you know what? Sometimes it's going to bring that, but don't stay there. Things are going to happen, but you have to make sure that you are keeping yourself mentally stable. You're keeping yourself emotionally stable. You have to make sure that you are understanding that change happens and you have to respond in a way that's going to keep you at peace. As I said at the very beginning, you have to preserve your peace. You have to preserve your positive energy. No one else can do that for you. You have to do that. As I said, things are, this whole quarantine thing, this whole COVID-19 thing, this was definitely beyond our control. There's a lot of frustration. There's a lot of things that are going on. People are uncomfortable and in uncomfortable situations. And we understand that, but we have to make sure that we have to respond in a way that is that's going to keep us in a mental place that's going to be positive. Okay, so overall, again, these are just different steps, 5 different steps to success and 5 different steps to victory. And again, you have to understand and have to define what victory and what does that win, what does that look like for you. Anytime you are in or trying to complete something or trying to get somewhere, trying to get to whatever your level or definition of success is, it's going to take strategy. It's going to take, anytime you're parenting, it's going to take strategy. Where do you want to see, your kids? Where do you want to see your business? Where do you want to see that relationship? Where do you want to see yourself in, so many years? Or what's that time period that you would like to complete this thing? But it's going to take a strategy. And again, there are 5 different tips that I got out of the Art of War that I have read and been going through on and off for since the beginning of the year. But again, these are things that are very helpful. They can be applied through relationships, through your business, through just life in general. So I would definitely encourage you all to go and read that. If you have any questions, I'm here. You can throw them out to me. I will try to be here every Thursday until whenever, and 6:30. Hopefully this was very helpful. I know this was helpful for me, and I hope it was helpful for you. As I said before, I don't stay on that long. I don't stay on for a long time. I don't stay on for a long period of time. Go straight to the point, throw my tips out there, and see if anybody's asking any questions. And go from there. But I do thank you all for spending time with me these few minutes, and I will see you all later on. Have a great evening. Have a great weekend, and thank you for watching. Bye-bye.